All of them that giving the verdict about the doctor getting me sick. I don't know why they wouldn't mind a stinking business. Leave the man in peace. I say leave the damn doctor. Look, don't get me mad. Leave the damn doctor. Why this? Or is murder in Trinidad? Leave the damn doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave the damn doctor. The way do you do? Leave the damn doctor. Why this? Leave the damn doctor. Leave the damn doctor. Leave me damn doctor. Yes, the other party is there. They can't handle their own affair. They're stumbling with all the plan. Still they're harassing the blasted man. I say, leave me down, doctor. And don't get me mad. Leave me down, doctor. Way, or is murder in Trinidad? Leave me down, doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Way, or is murder in Trinidad?
A pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and how are we doing this afternoon? How is everybody within the Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? I hope everybody's doing fine. It is the 22nd day of June, 2023. It is approximately 1 minute past the hour of 6 o'clock. And so this afternoon, I am in glee. I'm in full joy. I am celebrating with my wonderful sister today. I want to say a pleasant good afternoon to my beautiful sister, all the way out there in England. I want to say good afternoon to you, Londa, and happy birthday to you. And you, I bless that you're having a good day. Lyndon Panchu, Crystal Theodore, Miss Sunshine Young, Kimmy Clark, Gillian Noel. Let's go right ahead now and share it live. And some of you all might be listening.
This nigga business must stop. I tell you soon in the West Indies. It's please, Mr.
To a different program right now. Sister Jenny's on.
And don't get me.
Pleasant good afternoon to you, Jessica Dubois. Red Girl Pascal, my wonderful friend out there in Rissus. Andrew, good afternoon.
Yes, where you doing well?
Katia McIntyre, good afternoon to you. Nolly Barrington, good afternoon to you. Let's go right ahead now. Tag somebody. Let them know that we're on. Let them know that the class is in session. It is a wonderful day. To my YouTube followers, good afternoon to you guys. I know you guys would be locked in right now. I don't want the music cut off on the Gillian Prescott, Glenda Robinson. Let's share the live right now. Let's get the audience. Tura. Good afternoon to you, my love.
Giving the verdict about the doctor getting me sick. I don't know why they wouldn't mind a stinking business. Leave the man in peace. I say leave it down.
Over on my YouTube page,
look down.
Gemma Warwood, Clive Raymond, Errol Bonaparte, and Henry Chaiton. Good afternoon to you guys that are already on my YouTube page. Don't forget we have reached the threshold for our Facebook page. We're on to 1,022 already. Lovely, man. So we're trying to do the same for our YouTube page. So go over to YouTube and subscribe to the ClassRoom.
Yes, the other party is there. They can't handle their own.
Don't forget today I'll be giving out prefect badges.
Still they're harassing the blasted man.
I have a few prefects that I have selected.
And don't get me.
So I want them to ensure that the class is kept when I'm not there. When you all are on other viewing, I want all you behave yourself. Keisha Walcott, good afternoon. It is another wonderful day. It's 30 degrees, mostly sunny right now in Grenada. And so we are ready to start the classroom. Yeah, Tora, behave yourself. And even if you behave now, you don't have no prefect badge again. I'm telling you that.
Confusion, but race riot in England. They should kick them from Scotland Yard. We have the same question in Trinidad. I say, leave me down, doctor.
Isaiah Matthew, good afternoon to you, my love. Let's share the live right now. We are getting ready to start. Some of you all might be over at Sister Jenny's program. But don't forget, class is class. Gotta get on to class right now. Sally Marast and Ann Salandi, good afternoon to you guys. Right. So we're about to start this evening's conversation. We're about to start this evening's program. Again, pleasant good afternoon to the many of you all are here. So we can have that conversation. I want to say welcome to each and every person that is on here. Just a reminder that we are facing the hurricane season, and we would have had one of our very first weather that is causing some inclemency. So we're asking persons to take the precautious measure. Don't forget to go out there and subscribe to my YouTube page. We have reached our goal on Facebook and have surpassed that. In just a few months, we are already passing the 1,000 threshold. So we are looking now to do the same on my YouTube page, and I am asking persons to go there and subscribe. The information that I am disseminating, if it is edifying to listening, then I want to ensure and implore onto persons to ensure that you go ahead and you subscribe. It doesn't take anything than to go look for the page. I normally would post the link, you hit the link, and so you simply just go ahead and subscribe. All right. So again, a pleasant good afternoon. This evening, what we are discussing. Now, I want to start with a conversation that's, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, that are following the different programs. The different programs from whatever media or medium, I must say, that you're listening to the programs from. Listen to this. We are not here looking for a competition. We are not here trying to exhibit how many subjects we have and how intellectually inclined that we are. We are not here speaking as it relates to what level of certification that we do have. We are in competition with nobody. We are not here to castigate, but to give information most relevant to what is happening in our day-to-day political environment. We are not here to seek your likes or your love or your share. If you don't want to share, you don't share. You don't want to like, you don't like. We're here to give you information as it relates to our political environment. This is what this is. So Simon Says, Talking Point, The Buzz, and all other programs are not here looking for a competition as to who could be more fiery or who could be more dramatic. We're not here for that purpose. When we're here, we're giving you information that is most relevant to what is happening here in Grenada. We're not here for likes or for love. You understand me? This is not to come and articulate which one of us can pronounce better words and put words in its places. Communication is this. As I mentioned yesterday, sender to receiver feedback. If I say something and you understand what I say, then this simply means that I would have communicated with you. So many of you guys are sometimes sending clips and sending other things that are posting on other medium, and they say to you, look at it talking about the classroom there. They can go ahead. They can go ahead. This is free to do. But the day one of them can go to the program and basically say what is being said on the different programs are not factual and bring evidence that what is being said is not factual, then I can give an audience to this. We are not here looking for miscongeniality. or English pronunciation award. We're not here for this. We are not here for this. We are here to give information, and information most relevant to our political environment and what is happening in and around us. You go to our next program if you want to hear soca music. You want to hear about cheating relationships. You go to our next program. This is a political conversation program. So when you get on here, what you would hear is political conversations. And we're not going to change to satisfy a very minimal amount of persons who believe in their own vein that they are all excellent. And I want to show them, and I'm using those words to show them, this is not done said here. I am not here for that purpose. I can do the same thing that you all are doing and use all the nice big words and make everybody believe that my level of articulation and being able to pronounce is what I'm here for. I'm not here for this. I'm not here to exhibit this. I am here to speak and speak factual information as it relates to each and every individual that takes politics into their day-to-day runnings. I am not here to ensure that you, at the end of the program, say, wow, he could real talk. Or wow, he real pronounced that word good. This is not what I'm here for. Because I can do this. This comes at the snap of a finger. The nice big words and big conversation. I can do this. This can happen. I can do the same thing and talk nice and bring out all the level of, vocabulary and English literature in its best form. Putting all grammar and everything and punctuation together. I am not here for this, ladies and gentlemen. When I speak to you, when I leave, I want to know that you understood what was said. Instead of ensuring that you leave trying to give me a feather and make up. This is not what I'm here for. Forget the messenger. Listen to the message. So, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, I took the opportunity for the week thus far to ensure that I gave you all information concerning the 1 year, what is deemed to be achievement. What is deemed to be the 1 year achievement. And so, yesterday, the Prime Minister of the land, and we can run from this. We cannot run from these people, and we are not here, as I said, to castigate. The Prime Minister of this land gave an address yesterday. But let me say this, I am here to undress the undress. I am here to undress the address. This is what I'm here for. And give you information as it relates to what I'm saying. If you can come to me and say, Prince, no, that's not so, then we can have a conversation. The Prime Minister of the state addressing a nation after 1 year of governance and put on his helm as his greatest achievement to be pension payment. Just around 3 months or so in assuming office. Now you are basically saying to the Grenadian people that your administration did absolutely nothing. But your greatest achievement to you and your administration is pension payment and dock salaries. Everything involving the capital of the state. Everything involving the financial status of the state. Prior to July 23rd, you were nowhere close to the state's purse. Prior to July 23rd, you had absolutely no job in its affiliation with the state of this country. But after 1 year, you believe that your biggest achievement is the pension payment to persons who worked and are expecting to earn what they work for. Your administration, in no way or the other, gave no form of footing to the economic state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique prior to July 23rd. And so, your administration let the Grenadian public know that the taxed money was well bargained for when you assumed office on July 24th. You let the Grenadian people know that the past administration did a damn good job in ensuring that monies in excess of millions was left in the country's purse to ensure that the pension that was paid was done. They were there listening and waiting that if the past administration would have again assumed office, the conversation of pension was well on its way. Now, you assumed office, and you're making the Grenadian people know that 1 year thereafter, your biggest accomplishment is that of pension payment and dock salaries. Financial and economic stabilities of this state that had nothing to do with your administration. Now, how can I go on the backs of an individual? Let's take it to mean I take over a team after playing 90% of the season. I become the coach of that team. And after winning the title, I should stand as a coach and say it is because of me this team would have won. Because of me, this team would have achieved what they achieved. After assuming 90% of winnings before I took over as coach. How can I enjoy me joining the life of a female companion, meeting her with everything in her life, and might have, maybe after 3 months in our relationship, she passed away. And so her kids, maybe 2 children, had to get certain finances, and I give it to them. How can I therefore take the strength? How can I beat my chest and tell the Grenadian people or tell the children, hey, it is because of me you all are getting that money? There are things, ladies and gentlemen, you could mention that, yes, this was something good. But you see, at the end of the day, when you don't give to Jenny her underwear, and you don't give to Jack his jacket, this is the demise that comes around and plays with us. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, there were conversations that we needed to hear. After 1 year, ladies and gentlemen, 85% of the things achieved within an administration was achieved by one minister of government. We heard the minister of mobilization mentioned more than 6 times in the conversation. 365 days, or let's say 64 days, and only one minister of government can be praised for work done within an entity of 9 ministerial positions and more. So where is the Minister of Housing? What was their achievement? Where is the Minister of Youth? What was his achievement? Agriculture and Fisheries, what were their achievement? Ecclesiastic Affairs, what were their achievement? What were the achievement in tourism? We heard MIT mentioned so on and on and on yesterday. So you're saying to the Grenadian people, after 1 year in office, we have only seen the achievement of one ministerial position: beautification and cleanliness. This is what we saw. And then you tell the Grenadian people that there was level, and all you speak as it relates to achievements, documentation achievements. Because you speak of the MIT positions, and all you spoke about is there was zero application in this, and so there is 60% no. Now how can you say to me, after a negotiation, and listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, if a negotiation takes place, right, and there was zero application to the negotiation that took place, if there is a 63% achievement, we expect to see structures. Come on, let's be honest. Now, let's take it to mean there were projects that was mentioned that we're saying, like the conversation of the police headquarters for George project. Now you're saying that there was zero, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing was done on that project. Now you're saying that there is a 60% application into the project, but not a nailed upon. Those, what you mentioned yesterday, have already been negotiated for. And you're saying that there were grants for those projects. So you have the money, negotiation took place. All that is needed now is physical application. Now you're saying to me there was 0% money in possession, contractors in place, but there was nothing done. So it means that your administration simply had to do was the physical structuring and the physical application. You are saying to us that there is 60% that has been done by your administration in 1 year, but not a nailed upon. A contractor has not done anything. A contractor has not done anything. You boasted as it relates to MIT ministry yesterday, while there is a capacity and field ministries that you didn't mention at all. What is going on in the Ministry of Labor? Housing, fisheries and agriculture, youth, and I can regurgitate the information that I said before. 63% of application after zero. You met nearly everything there. As you mentioned, there were grants, there were negotiations, there were contractors, but absolutely no work was done. This is what you said. But a 63% movement by your government after 1 year, but absolutely no structure in place. So what is the 63% application or the 63% achievement? Because if money is there, contractors have been contracted, where is the building or the structures that shows that there is a 63% improvement to what was there in the past? You can fool the people sometimes. Can't fool all the people all the time. And so now people start to weigh and balance. Now people start to weigh and balance you. Because persons are now looking on at you. Because there are things that you're mentioning. Look at it yesterday. I had to play it on my program yesterday. You basically try to downplay the conversation that you mentioned That no, you never mentioned about 500 houses being built. You basically try to downplay that, forgetting that there was audio and videotaping of your words. You introduce a new ministry basically. And this is the ministry that you're praising. Because why? You are the prime minister of the state, but deputy to that ministry. Let the people know that. You're basically putting Brother Andy Williams as your front page, but you are the one financing all that he's doing. And you're doing it to ensure that you keep the salt. Because that is what you want. This is where the big boys, the big dogs, the big people roll. And it's okay if I make a mistake. I said big dogs, big boys. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we unbalance it. Listen to the address. And then the second greatest achievement is that of docked salary payments. During the period of COVID-19, with the already difficult task to educate our nation's children, teachers went and attempted to negotiate and failed to go through the proper procedure of negotiation. That is what it did. Dr. Mitchell didn't say, I don't pay all you at all. The procedure to take it to the streets didn't follow suit. And so what happened? Dr. Mitchell said, we are not going to pay you on the basis that you did not do what you were expected to do. Negotiation is a process. And a process in which you need to pay particular attention to. Because you don't want to cause social unrest. And so hence the reason why there is a procedure to negotiations. So we're not expecting that Monday morning teachers get up and say, we're disgruntled about that, and we take it to the streets. Because you need to take into consideration the nation's children. And so airport authority won't down tools one day without not consulting or having conversations. Now you would pay people for not going through the legitimate protocol of the state. This is what you did. You paid teachers for them simply not following the process of the state. This is what you did. You can't run from that. They did not do what was expected of them to do. This is not the manner in which you make a negotiation. This is not a manner in which you strike. If conversations are on the table for negotiation, then I can understand that you are wait for an answer or response. And if it's not suitable to your liking, then you can say, well, you know what? We're taking it to the streets. That didn't happen. And so the government of the day said to them, you all are we have reached a negotiation. But the time that you all would have not given service, we're not going to pay you for that. But you come, as old people will say, you come hot and sweaty. And you're basically looking for the likes. You're not looking for the priority. You were not looking for the invoice from health. You were not looking for issues where there were debts to be paid. You were not looking for that. You were looking for the likes. You want them to like you. And so you run, as Mr. Killer said, You pick up something and you just run with it. And now, after the dust has settled, you're here talking about health invoices. And we owe Libya and we owe Trinidad. Those should have been on your front burner. Those should have been what you should have made your priority. But you paid teachers who did not work. And you had persons within the faith program. You had persons within CJ, sanitizers, security workers, whom you failed to pay. Because what you prioritized was ensuring that all NNP surrogates were moved from whatever position that they were in. This is what you prioritize. And the level of victimization was what you wanted to do first. Instead of ensuring that the state's business becomes your priority. And yesterday you started mentioning about who we have paying debt and whose debt we are in owing off. Is that something to talk about after 1 year? Nothing initiated by your administration after 1 year. Absolutely nothing initiated. Not a pen you stroke. And you mentioned, by the stroke of a pen you would have done X or Y. Not a pen you stroke. Your mentality, when you listen to you, you're into this fantastic technological age for Grenada to surprisingly get to. And you speak about things of achievement like internet that would cost only $20. How can I pay $20 for internet even if it's $20 when I don't have a work? When I'm unemployed? Unemployment is what the conversation should be. Youth development should be the conversation. Human resource development should be the conversations. Put money in my pocket and then you can initiate things to cushion the effect of my spending. I cannot spend what I don't have. Why put internet in my house when I don't have a job to be able to facilitate the monthly spending to ensure that I can pay my rent for what the internet I have home? So you come with all this nice thing and you want to use less paperwork. You come with your bi-monthly payment. What has been, you speak about CBI. What has been the effect of bi-monthly payment since you have been initiated? Has it boosted the economy? Have you cushioned the effect of the high cost of living throughout the state? This is the conversation. This is the conversation. Has bi-monthly payment been an effect that would help in our economy? But CBI, all the way you turn and you hear about anything as it relates to this government, CBI. Why? It is a personal vendetta. It helps you personally. Because your name or your company's name in whom you are affiliated with, you had the email. Your email was there. And look at somebody's asking it. What is the unemployment rate to date? I have asked this question maybe just about a month or so after the general election. I have asked this on Facebook. I have asked this on my program. I say, somebody direct me to the unemployment rate post June 23rd. I am yet to see that posting. Has it increased? Has it decreased? And this was the conversation we expected from you yesterday, our dear Prime Minister. When you went along and you did your radio interviews, that was your time to mention things of your achievement. We didn't expect to hear a regurgitation of what you mentioned in all your program, in all what fret you, from what will fret you, from this program to that program. We heard you mention those things for a whole week. We heard you. And yesterday, we expect your address to tackle issues of youth development, youth engagement, unemployment, high cost of living, protocol and procedures of persons that are causing victimization, development within the RGPF as it relates to their pay and grade conversation. And so you speak as it relates to this historical negotiation. Your negotiation is 1%. And in PO was 12, yours is 13. 1% is a great achievement to you. And so, what we hear lately, and when you speak, you hear them bring, basically, give them that. You give them that. There is absolutely nothing, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, in which you and I can say wholeheartedly that we learned again from the past year. What have we done? What is our forward movement? What have we gained? And the conversation should be one of political affiliation. We have heard loss of jobs and so many other things. This is what we're hearing. This is what we're hearing. And your achievement thus far is what? What is the economic boost to the many things that you mentioned yesterday? You basically paid pension on the back of the past administration. Your administration didn't put this money into the revenue. You basically let the Grenadian people know when you got into office that the past administration, and I would say it again, did a great job in ensuring that the people's tax money was accounted for. That is what you did. You say you meet a healthy. You say you meet a healthy treasury. That is what you met. And so, when you say you meet a healthy treasury, you're basically saying, very good. The past administration did a good job. And so you paid pensions. You took an increase in salary. You could have been able to, as you mentioned, pay certain debts. That was nothing on you. That was nothing on you. You did nothing there. You met that there. How can you be boasting to a people and a society on something you did not accomplish? Because your intention was, when you get into office, to make the pension payment, you would have basically taken a loan. And you hear talking about in excess of $70 million. So your intention was never to get the money that you met into the people's treasury. You didn't invest in nothing. You never pushed to get anything. You met monies there in which you paid to people who worked. And so, when we spoke as it relates to pension and pension reform during the time of the New National Party, you all say, what pension reform, what? Pension reform is not a conversation. And then one sitting, it took one sitting in the House of Senate for Claudette Joseph, Miss Claudette Joseph, to say government is looking into pension reform. When Dr. Mitchell mentioned it, everybody was talking about pension reform. Pension reform, though important. That is what was said. And so one sitting, it took one sitting, ladies and gentlemen, for this same administration to mention pension reform. So you here thinking that pension payment to you is your greatest achievement, when your administration, when pension was paid, was a mere few months old, with more than $600 and so million, which was met in the government's purse. You could not have come and say to the Grenadian people, oh, he didn't have money inside it. You met sufficient, and as you said, that was your words, sufficient. Sufficient money was met there. Your words, not mine. The government of the day. So if a man was not doing such a good job, and you could have met that level of monies, because remember, as I said, and I would mention it again, your intention was to loan $70 million. And you come here and you mention to the Grenadian people how much we're in debt. But before taking office, your intention was to sink this country in deeper debt, in saying to the Grenadian people that you were going to loan $70 million. So you hear all the nice conversation surrounding this conversation. The question to be asked, what was your implementation in pension payment than simply paying it? That's all you did. That is all you did with pensions. You paid it. The persons already worked. The monies were there. And all that had to happen was for the monies to be paid. How is that an achievement? At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is not where you're headed. This is not where we're headed. We're headed for development. We're headed for transformation. This is where we're headed. Transformation is the agenda of the day. And if transformation, what I understand transformation to mean, is moving from one state to the other. Change requires much more. And so, this is what the process of development is. The process of development is not stagnant. It is not stagnant. If you're speaking development, and you're speaking upward mobility, then all you simply need to do is transform. This is all you need to do. The process of pension payment by the past administration was to be done in a phase. That is what it was. We can't mention, and for those of us who knows our history, that the past administration never paid pension. We can't say that the past administration never gave monies to pensioners. Then it only means that you lack information and knowledge as it relates to understanding pension payment. When the case was won, back then, over $105 million was paid to pensioners, persons who had qualified for that. So we can say government of the past had absolutely no intention of paying pensioners, up to pay pension payment. But you can't come to the Grenadian people 1 year after assuming office and mentioning to people that your greatest achievement has been that of pension payment. We have the files, we have the information, we have all that is needed, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to go back and say, this is not so. You can't make comparison to a failed administration based on what you're saying. The NNP failed. NNP and Keith Mitchell's administration basically brought Grenada to the ground based on your conversation. But you can't come back and every time you have a conversation concerning those things, you're saying to the Grenadian people, but you blame NNP. You can't say to the Grenadian people that it's because of NNP this is happening. We don't want to hear about NNP again. June 23rd last year, the Grenadian people around this time last year was geared and ready to vote the new National Party out of office. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear we don't want to hear those things anymore. And so there is invoices. There is invoices that has to be paid in the Ministry of Health. There is invoices to be paid. And there are other persons within your entity and other things that takes priority. Now the front burner issues is what we want you to address. The rising cost of living. Transportation is becoming an issue. Transportation is becoming an issue. You are seeing persons and hearing persons complaining that 7 and 8 in the night, you can't get buses on the bus terminal. Booths and so on are closed by 8 and 7 o'clock. Now, how can you run an economy in the capital of a state when you have a more frequent flow of pedestrians in the bus terminus and want to close down that area? Now, we need to put this on a whole different level, people. We need to put that on a whole different scope. Right? We have ministers of government today that we praise as if every other ministry is lackadaisical. MIT was highly praised yesterday. I wonder what the other 15 or so 14 ministries were sitting there thinking. Your boss is basically standing there and saying, hey, you guys are not doing anything. And you clapping and you hear persons cheering. You hear persons cheering on. And basically your boss is saying to you, hey, you know, last year you didn't do nothing. Last year you didn't get nothing done. You know, last year my expectation from you did not do anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the level of conversation I basically expected yesterday from the address. And hence the reason why I told you all I go undress the address today, because the conversation that I wanted to hear The conversation that we were intrigued of hearing was mere silence. Not addressed. A political address to the nation that was different. Singing and confettis and dancing and... So it was a cultural presentation. I enjoyed the cultural presentation. Once it's home, it is Grenada, it is me. But the address yesterday wasn't one in which we expect the important information to come out. Right? We can't, I am in no position to tell the Prime Minister of the land what to say when addressing issues. But we know of the many issues that have been plaguing Grenadians for the past few months or so. Especially that of high cost of living. We just came out from an amnesty period that was given to business owners. So they were paying no taxation on certain items. Now that this amnesty have been lifted, what do we expect? What do we expect? That I was cushioning the effect for you. What you expect? It is going to go up. Cost of living is high all over the world. We know that. But it is the people's business that takes priority. And so when we put a government in power, we expect you to be able to cushion that effect. The word that you can say is consolidation. This is what we're talking about. Somebody speaking about the rising crime in the country. And so we have seen a serious crime. Serious crimes. Not mere chopping and so on. Serious incidents. A rise in gun-related offenses. Somebody's mentioning because I had a conversation with somebody today as it relates to the CES program. We ought to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Grenada belongs to all of us. After NNP left, after NDC leaves, Grenada belongs to each and every one of us. We need to take that into consideration. We need to take all those things into consideration, ladies and gentlemen. So as we forge forward in the upcoming days, I think the National Democratic Congress, I think they do have a town hall meeting tonight at the St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School. And they also have an expo that is going on. Right? All you know me. Right? To the persons who support the party, I respect them to the level that you're supporting your party, and this is your opinions and voices, and it is okay. This is a democratic country. Right? Now, I always say what is important in life is that you don't come to me and in no way physically harm me, and we're good. Words are mere win. We'll talk and people are going to say things. You understand me? It's not what people call you. It's what you answer to. And that is important. All right? Now, my intentions was to address some information that became more factual today concerning one of the ministers of government and the selling of motor vehicle. But however, somebody would have hinted me that Simon Says today was firing on all cylinders. right? Fine on all cylinders today. And so I think the information that was given today by Sister Jenny Simon, it would be sufficient. I want to believe that it would be sufficient to all. Right? And this is what is important. Right? This is of paramount importance. So I want to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me your evening. Again, to the persons over on my YouTube page, I want to say thank you for giving that opportunity to listen to me. Anytime you come on here, ladies and gentlemen, and you give me that form of entertainment of being able to listen to me, I am always intrigued and I'm happy. Remember, everybody on here is a viewer. Be it on what side of the fence that you're on, once you're on here, you're a viewer. And we accept and respect every viewer. Your opinion, your choice, your defamation, your insults, we accept it. And so we want to say thanks to everybody who came on this afternoon and give the opportunity for listening. I am certain that either you learned something new, you heard something new, maybe you could debate something new. And this is the priority. We're not here looking for likes and love, like you have to kiss me. No, I don't need that. I have my wonderful wife and my kids to do that through me. All right? You understand me? At the end of the day, what we want to always implore onto persons, Grenada belongs to each and every one of us. You understand me? Grenada belongs to you and I. And just flicking over to the comment section, I would implore onto my persons who are listening, don't be distracted. Just like you, I am seeing the comments. And there are things that you don't address. All right? There are things that you don't address at all. You don't go around thinking that you could answer everybody. If everybody's going to like you. In a viewing of 150 plus persons, 2 persons decided coming here today and castigate. This should not break you. This is 2 persons out of 150 and 60 something persons. So why comment on certain things that you know is not irrelevant to the cause? Not bringing any development and light to the conversation. All what I mentioned here, if I saw a comment that said, this is not so, this is so, and then documentations can be presented, then we would have a conversation. You understand me? The Bible says, he without sin cast the first stone. And so everybody stood with a stone in their hand in biblical age when God said that. Think about it. My skeleton is out. Let's hope that your closet doesn't get open. All right? So don't worry. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It is in this life that you would understand people. It's in this life you would get to understand what respect is. And so everybody's opinion is to be voiced and understood. All right? So, again, we are going to be on next Monday. And let me say, next Monday I would be on and not next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we would not have class, but we would have it on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday instead of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All right? We would facilitate the Monday and not the Tuesday. All right? Every last Tuesday in the month, we would not be able to have classes for circumstances beyond my control. All right? So don't forget, we're on next Monday. And again, we would be able to converse and show our love and respect to each other. All right? Don't be perturbed by whatever comes out of this conversation. You understand me? At the end of the day, I am not easily distracted. I would have went to all levels of my secondary life, my education life, and to distract me is something that you can't do very well. All right? So you all can head into the weekend being safe. Remember, there are things happening, unforeseen circumstances. And so you don't want to put yourself in any position that you would have to be in any problems. All right? Now, somebody's asking for Sister Jenny Simon's program. If anybody can post maybe a link that persons can go look at the program, all right, then that would be fine. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you, to the persons that I was on here, Linda George, Amanda Charles, Miss Ferguson, good afternoon to you, Barbara Williams, Lester Charles, all you guys, I want to say a pleasant good afternoon to you. God's blessings to you and your entire family. Be protected by the Almighty. Make sure that you pray and you ensure that your life is covered by the Almighty and you keep in the path in which God wants you to live. It is paramount important. We all have lived a life. We all have made mistakes. But you put your troubles at the foot of the cross and you would be in such a wonderful place. You would be at peace with yourself. Once you can, at the end of the day, bring your problems and your frustration and what might be there in your mind to utter, sometimes you just simply need to bring it at the foot of the cross. And so I want to say a good evening to everybody. I know there are Sabbath worshipers, there are Sunday worshipers. To the persons that are going to church over the weekend, I want to say God's blessings to each and every one of you. Go with God, go protected and covered by the blood of the Lamb, and we will see again on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So again, it was a pleasure. This is your principal. I have been graduated. I have been given the opportunity to elevate. And again, I want to say, go onto my YouTube page and subscribe. Thank you to the many persons who have already gone onto my Facebook page and would have been a part of the program. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. So God's blessings to each and every one of you. And again, go with God. This is yours truly, Royalty James, signing out. And to many of you all who are still having problems with Dr. Mitchell, this is for you.
All of them that giving the verdict about the doctor getting me sick. I don't know why they wouldn't mind the stinking business. Leave the man in peace. I say leave the damn doctor. Look, don't get me mad. Leave the damn doctor. Why say, or is murder in Trinidad? Leave the damn doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave the damn doctor. Where do you do? Leave the damn doctor. Where you other party is there. They can't handle their own affair. They're stumbling with all the plan. Still they're harassing the blasted man. I say, leave me down, doctor. And don't get me mad. Leave me down, doctor. Way, or is murder in Trinidad. Leave me down, doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Way, or is murder in Trinidad. Way, they're making so much confusion, but race riot in England. They should kick them from Scotland Yard. We have the same question in Trinidad. I say, leave me down, doctor. And don't get me mad. Leave me down, doctor. Or it's murder in Trinidad. Leave me down, doctor. Why say, he ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Well, the way how things shaping up, all this nigga business must stop. I tell you soon in the West Indies, is please, Mr. Nigga, please leave the damn doctor. And don't get me mad. Leave the damn doctor. There is murder in Trinidad. Leave the damn doctor. Yes, he ain't trouble all you